What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Reflection Friday. So today we've got the man Noah Gilliom here. He's going to be our
Appreciate it.
he's going to be our guest today. Really excited to have you, Noah. Just real quick, why don't you just give a brief introduction on who you are, what you're doing today?
Yeah. So my name is Noah, like Randy said. Been investing in the Indianapolis area for the past 3 or so years. And we are up to wholesaling, up to buy and hold, checking out a couple flips. We got all kinds of stuff going on today.
Yeah, yeah, awesome, man. I know you're always up to a lot of stuff. Every time I call you or talk to you, you're doing something new.
Always got to stay busy. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, love it, dude. So, something I'm always curious about, like how did you find yourself getting into real estate? When was that? And I guess along your journey up to today, like what have you been gotten into? 'Cause I know you've done a lot of wholesaling, you've done some investing yourself. So I guess when did it start, and what are you focusing on today?
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say my real estate journey started Um, late end of 2016, right around that 2017 mark. So it's been right around a little over 3 years now.
Okay.
So when I first started, I started working for my partner Ryan Dossie, and we were like, you know what? I think we can make this work. Let's figure it out. I was in a position in life. I was in social work before this, and I just needed a big change. So I was pretty well looking for anything and everything to get out of there. And I was like, you know what? I've never done real estate, but give it a try. So
Yeah.
some years ago, hopped into it. We started real slow. We started wholesaling. We did a couple deals here and there. Um, really ramped it up in 17. I think we did right around 74 wholesales. Um, we partnered with Ben Grice, so he did a lot for us. He helped us out a lot. We also sold a lot to Simple as well. You guys were a big help. That was back before you were there too.
Yeah. Was that Brett buying from you?
Yeah. So yeah, we had some really great guys who helped us push along the way, and then we decided we wanted to go more the buy and hold route. So in 2018, I guess November of 2017 is when we started our buy and hold adventure, and that is where we're at now. We have a rental portfolio of about 150, 160 property or doors. I forget the property breakdown, but we sell a couple here and there in the portfolio, but then we also wholesale um, five to eight, 5 to 10 deals a month as well. So yeah, we are currently up to stabilizing the buy and hold. During all this COVID stuff, it's been a little interesting. But then we're looking to buy more and just wholesale more. So over the past 3 years, started onesie twosies deal every couple months in
Mhm.
wholesaling, and then scaled it up to a 150 unit rental portfolio, wholesaling 5 to 10 a month.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. It's been quite the journey. A lot of
Yeah,
work.
yeah. No, I'd say so. And one thing's cool is like when I first met you, like I never heard of you and you've never heard of me, but like it's just funny. Like there's people all around the town, like especially you doing big things like that. Like those are impressive numbers. And like for me, I was like, oh, he's just kind of flying under the radar doing his thing.
Yeah, that's kind of how I found it to work best. Like, stick to what I'm good at and
Yeah,
just roll with it and meet people along the way.
yeah, no, absolutely. So, so you've done a little bit of everything. A few years into the business, I guess what's like a mistake that you've made that's kind of like you kind of think back on, and would you consider like your biggest mistake?
I would say there's a multi multi unit off of College Avenue that we bought. It's an 8 unit building, and our biggest mistake is we did not do a very thorough due diligence period at all. And um, in that due diligence, we found out. So we bought the property as is, cash as is, all that good stuff. Didn't do an inspection, anything like that. We had never done one before, so we did like a semi half put together due diligence, and we're like, okay, we're good to go. So we buy this property, and it has just become a sinkhole for us. Um, we're actually in the process of selling it. We've rehabbed some of the units, have a couple tenants in it, and it's gotten a lot better for us. But
Mhm.
turns out electrical was bad. We had light switches in one unit that would turn on lights in a unit upstairs across the hall. We had plumbing issues. We had HVAC. We thought we had 4 units, but turns out the downstairs units also heated and cooled the upstairs units as well, even though there were 4 boxes in there.
Yeah.
So we didn't do a thorough due diligence. So I would say anybody starting out, especially if you're doing buy and hold, not so much on the wholesale side, but be very thorough in your due diligence, because once you buy that property, a lot of capital can come out. We ended up having to redo a lot of the units just because they weren't up to code. So we've had, I mean, if you average 6 to 10K a unit for 8 units, I mean that goes quick
Yeah.
just to get them rented before you
Yeah.
can even start bringing in revenue. So yeah, I would say the biggest mistake is not doing a thorough due diligence on a multi-building. And I guess for everybody listening, it doesn't have to be an 8 unit building. There's going to be houses that you need to do your due diligence on, and if you don't do it right, something could come back and bite you. So I would say, as much as it's not fun for anybody, and I mean it's not my favorite. I never like going back
Right.
running through all the pro formas and running through all rent rolls and all that kind of thing. But it's very important, especially, I mean, get an inspector in there, get a good contractor in there who you know and trust, and check everything out during your period that you allow yourself.
Yeah, man, due diligence is key, and I hear that a lot. Like everyone's biggest thing is they'll get excited about a deal and just hop in and not and maybe skip and not do it as a thorough due diligence as possible, and ends up
Yeah.
biting them in the rear on the end. So
Yeah. Yeah. Learn that. Learn
yeah,
that the hard way.
I know we all do. We all do. Um, so on a positive note, I guess how would you, looking back, how would you say so far real estate has changed your life, or what would you say your biggest takeaway so far is throughout your journey?
Uh, I would say I would say it's kind of a twofold answer for me. I would say one is the network of incredible people around Indianapolis that I've met. I mean, just from like you to the other simple guys to other investors I've worked with, some realtors I've worked with. Like I'm sure everybody says this about their city, but I mean, in Indianapolis, we have an incredible group of real estate investors, and they come in all shapes and sizes.
Hmm.
You have guys doing a ton. You have guys doing onesie twosie stuff, and they're all incredible people. And I think one of the biggest things I've loved and enjoyed is just getting to know so many people throughout the process. Even if we only do a deal, even if we only chat on the phone,
Yeah.
just the people and the passion that Indianapolis real estate has brought to my life has been incredible. And then I would say the second thing that is more of a personal thing that's been great with hopping into real estate is being able to be a little bit more free and travel a lot more. I never thought I'd be a big traveler, but I mean, we have tons of vacations that we've gone on. We've canceled like 3 now because of
Yeah.
COVID, but that's a whole different story. But just being able to travel, have a flexible schedule, and just create those experiences and memories with just me and my wife right now.
Yeah.
But I'm down the road. We're gonna have some kids, so we'll be able to create those experiences with the kids and the memories that um, we've been able to create just with this freedom that real estate has given me.
Yeah. No, I love it, man. I completely agree with all that. And then lastly here, if you were going to give the young Noah some advice starting out, or if you're giving anyone else starting out some advice today, what would that look like, or what would that advice be? And
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be strictly wholesaling. If anyone interested in real estate at all.
I would say okay. So real estate in just as a whole, this kind of comes down to a numbers game for me. I would say the biggest thing I would tell myself is, as investors, as wholesalers, as people wanting to buy property, or I mean, doing anything, you always want to get that next deal. We're always hungry for the next deal, this, that, and the other. Got to get deals, deals, deals. I would say the biggest thing though is make sure that your box of criteria, you always stay fast with it. You always stick to it and hold to it. Don't make a deal fit into your box if it truly doesn't fit into your box.
Yeah.
It's okay to let deals go. It's better to let a deal go than buy a bad deal and get stuck with it or screw somebody else over.
Hmm.
Um, so I would say set your parameters and hold tight to your parameters. Make sure the deals fit in your box and that you're not making your box warp and fit around this deal that you think is a deal.
Yeah, I love that advice. I tell myself that daily.
You're right. Oh, same every day. And I mean, I learned the hard way multiple times, but yeah, looking back is make it fit your criteria, not flex your criteria for it.
Yeah. No, that's great, man. Well, really appreciate it. That was some awesome advice, awesome story. I know again you're doing some great things around indies, so we're blessed to have you kind of as a colleague to bounce ideas off of. So with that, that's the Reflection Friday for today. So I appreciate it again, Noah, for coming on. And
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
yeah, no problem. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks.